Caitlin Clark is a supernova, the likes of which we've never seen.
Her game resonates with people that love basketball.
My mom has never cared about sports. She's planning her day and night around this. That's the kind of impact that Caitlin Clark is having.
Caitlin Clark just broke the sports card world, and not everyone's happy about it. Her 2024 Panini Flawless One-of-One Logowoman Rookie Patch Auto just sold for $660,000, instantly becoming the most valuable women's sports card in history. But here's where it gets wild. That one Clark card is now worth more than all of Serena Williams' top 5 cards combined.
Of Caitlin Clark's, power, the draw, $660,000. What? Wow. I should have checked on the record. I think the record in women's sports is something by Serena Williams, and I wonder if this passed it. I don't know why I get this feeling it would have passed it. I know Caitlin Clark was second to the most all-time for any. She's far and away number one on basketball.
For some, it's a sign of progress. For others, it feels like a slap in the face to the legacy of the GOAT. Is this the start of a new era? Or are we watching hype overshadow greatness? One thing's certain. The hobby will never look the same again.
What did you think of Chiney's comp? I found interesting. Serena Williams.
In terms of comparing Serena Williams?
Moving the needle. Obviously, she doesn't have, all the wins and all those accolades, but in just bringing in new viewers, etc.
Well, that definitely comes to mind because I think that Serena Williams is the GOAT. that's how I view her. I think that when she's arguably on Mount Rushmore.
Yes, and Caitlin has yet to win, has not had those accomplishments, so you can't compare it that way.
But I guess what I'm saying is, with Serena Williams, you were watching her.
Correct.
With Simone Biles, you were watching her. Caitlin Clark got you watching the league. Because it wasn't just her. You wanted to see who eventually she was going to end up going against. You saw other folks trying to get at her and trying to get at her team, and you saw fans and all of this other stuff going on, which we will get into, right? She has you transfixed on the entire league. That's why I brought up Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. That's why I brought them up. See, when I think about Serena and Simone Biles and people like that, you watch them. You watch them. But when you with Caitlin Clark, you find yourself watching the league as well.
Caitlin Clark has 4 more rookie cards already selling for over 6 figures. And we're barely halfway through her first WNBA season. Collectors are treating her like a blue-chip stock, and the market is responding with a frenzy we've never seen in women's sports. But here's the question no one wants to ask. Is this surge about Caitlin's talent?
But that wasn't the story. We knew it would be down. The story was, even without Caitlin Clark, it was the second highest rated WNBA All-Star game ever, and that is a huge point of distinction.
It sat on the throne. This wasn't a fluke. It wasn't hype. This was a signal. A cultural moment with financial teeth. That card now holds the title of the most expensive women's sports trading card ever sold, and what it represents is far bigger than just memorabilia. It's a wake-up call to every sports executive, every media network, every corporate sponsor who ever looked past women's sports. Because here's the truth. Women's sports are no longer waiting for your permission to matter. They are no longer a sidebar. They are no longer good for the game. They are the game now. Front page headlines, national prime time, and 6-figure collectibles to prove it.
So when you see like a Caitlin Clark, what advice would you have maybe for her? I just love that she tries to stay grounded, and she says she doesn't, what did she say? She doesn't have a social, she doesn't look at her social, and I get it. I don't either. And I think it's so important to continue to do what she's doing. And no matter what other people do, then, if people are negative, it's because they can't do what you do, basically. And hopefully she'll continue to do what she's doing.
What Caitlin Clark just sparked at that auction wasn't just a bidding war. It was a changing of the guard, and the sports world is still trying to catch its breath. So why Caitlin Clark? Why this card? What makes one rookie autograph and a game-worn patch more valuable than 2 decades of greatness from the icons of women's sports? The answer is simple and seismic. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player, she's a cultural supernova. She didn't just break records, she redefined them. The all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division Y history, male or female, Clark rewrote the narrative with deep threes, crossovers, and ice-cold confidence. Before she ever stepped into the WNBA, she was already packing NBA arenas, drawing standing room-only crowds to venues that hadn't buzzed like that in decades.
Two things are clear. If Caitlin Clark plays in the All-Star game, it will set records. But now, because of her popularity, even if she doesn't, it will break records and be the second highest ever. Only beaten by the time she played in it.
When Caitlin Clark turned pro, it wasn't just a career move, it was an economic earthquake. Almost overnight, WNBA ticket sales surged to all-time highs, TV ratings doubled, and merchandise became nearly impossible to keep in stock. Entire NBA-sized arenas were selling out just to watch her warm up. Brands like Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm didn't just notice, they pivoted, rebuilding entire campaigns around her magnetic presence. And while sports analysts tried to draw comparisons, calling her the Steph Curry of the women's game, the reality is, she's already done what Steph never did. Her rookie card just sold for $660,000. One of one, Panini Flawless Logowoman patch. That card didn't just break a record, it detonated the ceiling. It's now the most expensive women's sports trading card of all time, worth more than Serena Williams' 5 most valuable cards combined. This sale wasn't just about fandom, it was about faith in a future. It proved that Caitlin Clark isn't just a transcendent talent. She's a market force, an investment, and the face of a billion-dollar shift. In one stroke of the auction gavel, women's sports went from collectible curiosity to economic reality. And Clark, she didn't just change the game, she redefined its value.
The rest of the teams, on average, have risen by 100% or 168%, and all of them at least 100%. So if you're an investor, the contract's up, you're negotiating, and your investment's gone up 100% in the last year minimum. Average is 168%. You're selling it? I'll give you an example. Is that in the last year, the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, has had a franchise, an expansion franchise. They're using the Warriors Arena.
Here's the kicker. This isn't the peak, it's the launch pad. That $660,000 Panini Flawless one-of-one Logowoman card didn't set the ceiling. It set the floor for what's now becoming a full-blown market frenzy. And Panini? They're just getting warmed up. More high-end drops are on the way. Think exclusive one-of-ones, color-matched parallels, on-card autographs, and national release waves that will turn every hobby shop and auction house into a Clark gold rush. Collectors know what's happening. Investors see it coming. Because Caitlin Clark's rookie year isn't just special, it's generational. And the hobby is treating every card from her 2024 season like a piece of early Apple stock. The explosion is happening in real time. Her base rookie cards, which once might have gone unnoticed in a women's set, are now selling for thousands. Jersey patch cards are going for more than some men's all-star autos. And every autograph, especially on card, is being tracked like precious metal. What used to be a quiet, overlooked corner of the hobby, WNBA cardboard, has now turned into an aggressive battleground. A high-stakes arena where flippers, breakers, collectors, and institutional investors are all fighting for position. And it's not just hype. The numbers don't lie. For years, the hobby asked one simple question: will anyone actually buy women's sports cards? That question is now officially dead and buried. The new question, the one rattling through auction houses, card shops, and investment boards, is this: can anyone even afford them now? Because what Caitlin Clark has done in less than 6 months isn't just impressive, it's industry-altering. She didn't just enter the trading card market, she transformed it. What was once seen as a quiet, undervalued niche is now one of the most aggressive, high-stakes sectors in the hobby. Supply? Critically low. Demand? Surging globally. And prices? Climbing climbing by the week, in some cases by the day. And here's the most jaw-dropping part. She's still in her rookie season. She hasn't even scratched the surface of what's possible. She hasn't won Rookie of the Year yet. She hasn't led the Fever to the playoffs. She hasn't made her MVP run. And she certainly hasn't broken the WNBA's all-time scoring record, which, let's be honest, feels like a matter of when, not if. This isn't the top of the mountain. This is the base camp. This is the spark. And that spark has already ignited a fire that's spreading across the entire sports collectible world. A fire that's burning old assumptions, breaking long-standing price records, and rewriting the future of who gets to matter in the marketplace.